So here I am, 20 plus years on the job. Nothing's really changed besides my age, maybe my weight a little bit, and my pride. And I needed answers. I did not want this to happen again.
Howard is a Southern California firefighter. In one particular summer, he had 2 heat strokes in the same number of months, which is really alarming.
We're in the hills of Malibu, adjacent to Mulholland in Southern California.
We wanted to impress that the body is still healing. Even though his blood work came back normal and his physician had cleared him for the testing and to return to work, we know that the thermoregulatory system tends to take a lot longer to heal, and nobody really knows how long it takes.
So my guess is I could probably take you to the exact spot, which is up this line right here. Not that I want to, but I was to a point where I was on my back, sliding down this grass hill, thinking, I'm done. I'm gonna die on this stupid fire in the middle of nowhere.
If they experience a heat stroke, we know it is a life or death situation. We know they need to get cooled right away, and that's not easy to do out on the side of a mountain somewhere.
I didn't believe in the, if it happened once, it's gonna happen again, because I can control this thing. I've been doing this for a bunch of years. I'll take care of it. And then when it happened again, I'm going, wow, I need answers. I need to figure this out. This is my livelihood.
To have 2 in 2 months is dangerous, but fascinating from a research standpoint. And so when he contacted us, the answer was yes right away. We want to come work with you and find out what's going on.
There's not a lot of people that do this research. There's only a few labs to do the research, and then only 2 to 3 labs that civilians can go to get this sort of testing done. Because of that, because we're the only one on the West Coast to do this, we're now getting more traction, more people hearing about this and contacting us to get more heat tolerance testing.
What was it like? Imagine putting a treadmill on the surface of the sun, and that's what it's like.
Believe it or not, we had myself, Dr. Rihanna Pryor, and several graduate students here in the room with Howard as it was about 104 degrees going through the heat tolerance testing.
Although I did the heat tolerance test the first day, I stayed there for an extra week, and we were going through getting me adapted to heat again, because it seemed like I wasn't adapting to heat like I used to.
So for him, we were talking about creating his own heat chamber at his house.
So I've got heat lamps in there, so it gets up to 104 degrees. I'm able to regulate my temperature internally, externally, and it's a controlled environment. I'm just in there doing my thing, and it's focused and concentrated, and it gives me the results that I'm looking for. It's not just enough to run and lift and get enough sleep. It's temperature adaptation. What I got from Dr. Pryor was the confidence to know that I can come back here and take something on like this, you know, and that's pretty cool.
I think we envision our heat lab to kind of be the epicenter of this type of research on the West Coast. We want to be that place where people in the community come to for information on topics related to work in the heat, exercise in the heat, and hydration, both for health, both for safety, and for performance.
You know, it's something new that I have to deal with in my life, and I've got a number of years left on the job. I don't want to go anywhere, and I want to be a healthy contributor to my department and my family.